Well, that was kind of fun. Welcome back, hello. The sun's right behind me. I know that's really annoying. I'm gonna try to do my best to get my face in the shot. See, there we go. Anyways, how's it going? Welcome back. It's been a little while since I recorded a video. There's just not a lot different going on, so I don't want to bore everybody with the same details, blah, 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 my face, blah, 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 the background, stuff like that. Yeah, so as the sun sets here, the way that I'm traveling home, the sun's angle is going to be really annoying to deal with in the camera, so I might actually have to find a new way or a new time or a new place to actually record these, because video quality wise it's going to be shit. The sound should be okay because I'm still using the microphone, but the lighting is terrible. So if I was riding into the sun, that would be okay, but riding away from it like this is messed up. This is all sunset business. Woo! Smells like horses back here. It's fantastic. So we have a bit of like an easterly, southeasterly wind. The weather's a little bit messed up lately. We've had really warm temperatures for October. It's kind of crazy. I know that a couple friends already have snow out on the west coast in the US. That's a bit crazy. That's new. We don't normally see that until November, but it's happening. So that's a bit news. Yeah, the weather. I'm here on talking to YouTube. My audience, all 210 people, which actually never really happens. It's probably only like 12 people to watch my videos, and I appreciate every one of you, you 12 people, you 3 times 4 of you. Yeah, my content's a bit lacking. I realize I have the ability to do some videos, and I'm in a place where I'm privileged enough to have opportunity. Just can't seem to get it together. What is everybody interested in? Me, as of lately, I've been following along with the rippling effect and people's opinions on Dave Chappelle's special, which was actually really awesome. I appreciate Dave Chappelle a lot. I like that he's a deep thinker and that he is calling critical thinking on certain topics. He's not I would say like a scholar on the topics he discusses, but his role in society is comedian. They are supposed to push boundaries. They are supposed to be the ones that stick their head out for the rest of us to figure out what's going on. They're the ones that are risking their livelihood and their reputations and their name to try and carve out something different. Where it's easy for certain individuals in large, comfortable groups to just go along with the sheep and just attack those that are risking things. But it's difficult to be the one that's risking a lot to say something and get a difference of an idea out there, rather than just, jumping on a bandwagon that seems to support whatever it is that you like, and then all of a sudden you're supported and then you're comfortable. It's way more difficult to stand out on your own and have an opinion than it is to voice and exercise an opinion that's shared by a lot of people. Ask any loner. Actually, don't, because they don't want you to talk to them. I was hoping that I didn't just run over something. I can feel all the rocks underneath my tires. Sorry. So I'm just gonna rotate around here so I can get the sun in my face. Probably stop for a minute. Do something a bit different. Yeah, so the idea of standing out on your own, I had this discussion with a number of people, designers online and audio manufacturers, these independent sort of people that they risk their money and time and investment on an idea or a design, something that they like that may be able to be monetized. All right, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the Toronto airport. Yeah, so I spoke with a couple of people about the idea of like investing into these like one-off sort of do-it-yourself projects where you don't have the kind of company background or company backup and financial backup to like do things multiple times and put out something that's right, or you can bank on all the strategy and all the sales, marketing structure and all that to like gain your money back. You have to put all that money up front, do your absolute best with nerves of, you know, rickety ladders, just trying to, I don't know what kind of example that is. But I mean, you're nervous, you have everything on the line trying to put something together that's basically a one of a kind or very few of any kind, and you have to do it basically on your own. You have to go up against giants and try to carve out a small space. And lately, to be honest, I've really been turned on to the idea of supporting all of these smaller, like bespoke, whatever. I had to have to look that word up, but I know it's one of those. But anyways, very like one of a kind and smaller boutique type of manufacturers, so you can get unique looking objects that are not like everything that's on the market. You don't go to every Best Buy and see it somewhere. You can feel comfortable in the idea that you helped someone grow their business who's putting a lot on the line to risk their time and their effort into a product, and you can feel better about helping them independently and more personally, and having something at home that nobody else is going to have. Something that was handmade, handcrafted, hand cared for, which a lot of companies do, but they're doing it en masse. So you're getting the same as, you know, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 other people have the exact same thing. Where if you get one from a smaller company, that sure, you're going to have to endure things like wait times, the lead times may be more expensive, you're covering more cost because it's a different type of product. But man, having something very unique and special like that, that's starting to be really appealing. I like the idea of supporting companies that are smaller like that. I mean, I've had my small taste of what it's like being on the inside of some companies, and damn the corners they have to cut to make things happen. Never mind corners, but people they have to cut to make things happen. It's a bit ridiculous, but I also understand that's part of business. It just depends on, like, when you're on the outside, your consumer money is a voting tool, and if you buy something, or like when you're online and you click on something, that sends a rippling effect back to wherever it started to say that if this was purchased, if this was clicked on, if this was viewed, then it means it's okay to do. You're encouraging them by voting and by buying and by clicking. Now this leads into another topic that I got into recently with a friend of mine, where there was a video going around online showing some people that were riding in like a ski lift on a snowy hill or whatever it was. And I guess the joke of the whole thing was they had this snowball in their hands and they threw it from the ski lift and it landed on somebody in a hotel balcony. I mean, pretty good shot for aim wise, if you want to like categorize the video. Okay, pretty good aim, but unless that person was a friend of theirs and the scenario of throwing the snowball into that was like a dude perfect or a like, let's see if we can get this shot on camera kind of thing. Like if that was their friend, then I can understand, because there was consent given to make this shot and get the video and all that other stuff. But you don't know that watching the video. What you see in the video is the clip of them setting up for the shot and giggling, and then they throw the snowball and they hit the person, and then the video stops very quickly. There's no background. You don't know what it's all about. It could very well have been a stranger and two kids or teens or young adults or whatever. Like, it's hard to tell because you don't see it. But my point is, by clicking the video or sharing it so other people can watch, you're increasing numbers into a system that I call attention economics, whereby you're signaling to the original creator or sharer or producer or whatever platform that people are watching this content. This is something that drives attention. Attention and eyeballs on advertising is how they gain money, make money. That's what YouTube is. The more people watch my videos or subscribe means that more advertising is being viewed, means the advertising companies can put more money into it, which means their products might sell or catch somebody's eyeballs. It's all numbers. You're all feeding into this idea of numbers. So whether you're buying from a company who you may or may not know the details on, like what they actually do behind closed doors or out of the public's eye, because for real, I think that almost all companies, for two reasons. One, they don't want the public to really know what's going on, because that kind of, if you're omitting truth, then you can manipulate choice. But they also don't want to share what's going on because other companies and other countries and other places, for security reasons, you don't want to give away secrets or the way you do business because they could copy you. And of course, it's a competition, so they're being secretive for a number of reasons. But if you don't know these things going in and you're buying them based on what you're being fed, then like this video, you're encouraging people to do this jackass, immature assault with snowballs. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what it is. You're assaulting something. I mean, think if it was you got hit by a snowball and all of a sudden it got shared and everybody's watching and laughing because you got assaulted. Like, is that okay? You're gonna sit back and be the kind of like hypocritical, oh, I'm gonna click and laugh because these people like fell down and got hurt and like all this stuff. I don't know. I mean, I feel a bit uncomfortable about that because I don't want to encourage that behavior. I want better of people. I want to see my friends or my friend circles or the people that I trust doing better than that, believing in better than that, and encouraging better behaviors than that, because that's not the kind of world we want. I mean, there's this philosophical sort of ethics question that says like, well, what if everybody did what you were doing? And then, you know, like our system would fall apart. You'd see people being like jackasses and doing all of this kind of silly, immature stuff for attention and making a mess of our social lives, which is pretty much what TikTok and a bunch of other stuff is. I mean, it's not the majority. Let's not call it a blanket statement, but there are a lot of these, you know, things where, okay, let me bring in other hot topics like I normally do. The idea of racism. I got into a conversation, like I always do, with somebody who was discussing white privilege. And I said, well, of course, like I may have it, but I inherited it by passive means. It was there and I got born into it. Like you get born into whatever you are, whatever your religion is. You don't have a choice in that. You just born into it, then you grow up and then you're associated based on wherever you got put. Okay, so there's that. And then someone's argument where they're attacking I say that I'm not racist and I don't do any of those things. They say that's not enough. You have to be proactive in retrospect and in retrograde against the privilege I have. So in a way, what that is like, because I have the privilege, I need to use the privilege to disseminate proper behavior and educate other people to do better. Well, this is kind of what I'm talking about. There's no sense of privilege here, but like everybody has the idea of integrity, honor, respect, responsibility, accountability. And what I'm saying, and as far as this snowball thing is concerned, is we want to hold people accountable for doing dumb shit and discouraging it, because that's not what we want from the world. I mean, I know that we appreciate stuff like that when it's in movies, when it's consented, when it's written, when it's staged. Okay, like I get that, because then it's comedy and it's a skit. But we don't want to encourage it in any form, anywhere, that leads people to do it on purpose to strangers just for attention. That just seems wrong. When you break it down and you're not taking a shit on the toilet and you're bored at break and you're just watching funny stuff, and okay, fine, like I know we need some entertainment and we need to lighten up, but you know what? It's like, just like anybody who would say that white privilege or racism or sexisms or any of these violent, like these, you can't take a break. You have to take these things seriously if you ever want to make a change. And I'm just applying that same sort of theorem across the board for all things. for all people. All human beings have the same accountability. You do something or say something, you have to own it. I just want to see better of the world. Like all of these birds eating bread. Yeah! I hope they don't shit on me. Please don't shit on me! Please don't shit on me. This is not an Alfred Hitchcock movie. Holy fuck. That sun's directly behind me right now. That's annoying. I'm being silhouetted by the solarness. So anyways, I just wanted to make that quick sort of topic, come in and discuss a few things that have happened. I don't know, I mean, are these discussions valuable? Do you guys even like this stuff? Should I just change the format entirely? I mean, for real, I don't mind talking about this stuff, and this is what interests me, because I want to see a better world. I mean, I studied psychology and philosophy and thought about bettering children's education when they're young, because that's right when all of us needed the help. Most people's lives, they're traumatized because of their childhood, whether it's family or bullies or circumstances between friends and social. Like, if you imagine you had really good like counselors and guidance counselors when you were in school. Imagine that. They had them, but they were shit. But if you had an outlet where you could speak to responsive, aware people that could help you through things, I thought that was a really good idea. So I went to philosophy and psychology and studied this stuff, and I'm interested because I needed it, and I feel like maybe if I needed it, everybody needed it. So that's why I do these videos that are somewhat serious, and I make some jokes here and there, but I don't know, like, is this something you guys like? Is it, what do I change? Could it be the editing, the format? I mean, the riding my bike thing, is this weird? I don't know. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to bring something different to the table, but at the same time, if I'm not providing the value that anybody really needs, then putting it online is sort of like a journal, and then I could probably just talk to myself. It has to be worth something to somebody to keep doing, so I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about the topics, and then let me know if you made it to the end. If you do see this, write the word applesauce. It's not just one word, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna get out of here. It's a Tuesday after a Thanksgiving here in Canada. It's been pretty awesome. I had a lazy weekend. I feel fat. Thank God I ride my bike to work. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. I appreciate you being here, and like I said, let me know what you think of the videos, and if I should change something or what's missing or what would make it more valuable to you. And yeah, I appreciate the feedback, really. I'm doing this online publicly so you can see, so if it's not something you want, let me know. See what we can do. All right, take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.